This is a weekly reading for Taurus, and your writing prompt for the week is an assumption on something at first glance. You can write a page on this, which is kind of an ironic coincidence. You can either write it in first person or third person point of view, so it's a very interesting prompt to write about. And if you don't know how to write third person, that's actually being overly, descriptive with what exactly is going on, from perception to actual intention. So, anyway. And we also have charms. Basically, it's not like actual tangible charms. I call charms when I'm meditating, because I actually see symbols, or I see different trinkets and stuff that I myself collect or have seen in stores or other places. I connected with my root chakra. It's the most active chakra I think anybody could have. So we'll see what happens there with your charms and what's going on with the 3 divisions of your life, which we'll talk about in a minute. After the reading, okay, after the channel messages as well. But it just adds a little bit more gravy to the whole reading. Anyway, let's start off with the first card, which is you right now. We have the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is being part of the action. Passion, interest, and excitement. Decisive, determined, forceful, taking action without planning, walking towards your goals, getting out of your comfort zone, not in a solid place yet, not a neutral onlooker. So you might be part of the action. You might actually be part of a group of friends or party or a situationship, but you feel included in on a situation, either good or bad. Just be careful with the bad stuff. I feel like you might be kind of like a magnet for bad stuff too. But just be careful around that. If it sounds like a bad idea, don't go for it. All right, because it's just gonna unwind, and it's just gonna be a big terrible event. Anyway, so number 2, we have week's theme. Week's theme is gonna be the 8 of Swords in reverse. Oh no, goody. So we have to feel surrounded by danger, not to feel threatened, not to fear the unknown. There's no fear here, which could be a bit of a problem. Okay? I feel like if you have a little bit of fear, or you have a hunch that you need to follow that, do not blindly go and just be like, we'll see what happens. Don't do that, because you end up in places and doing things that you might have not thought were possible in your situation and in your energy. Okay, I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a problem. Okay, so be careful. So number three is challenge. So we have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is the end of a battle. No clear winner. Everyone else is defeated, ready to give up and leave, walking away. No reason to fight anymore. Demoralizing others, destroying one's intentions, unpleasant victory, communication problems, hurting someone's feelings with thoughts, ideas, or attitude. So there's some type of defeat here. This could be from a lawsuit, a relationship, a career, a job, or something. Maybe you were let go, maybe you're broken up with, maybe there was other stuff going on that happened, you found out about it, and you're just like, I'm just gonna leave. You don't want to fight it anymore, because you lost too much in the scuffle of everything anyway. Okay, so number 4. Number 4 is lesson to remember. This is something from your past. And it is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is a sudden end, a dead end, unexpected way to finish. Bad talking or thoughts behind someone's back or your back. Decisive thought that will put an end to things. A sudden end. I feel like there's something in your past that came to an abrupt halt, or you might have actually been like planting the seeds to your own defeat, which is kind of interesting. Maybe you kind of set yourself up for disappointment. A lot of people do that, unfortunately. So you're not alone in that. I feel like a lot of people do that. I think you might have said or did something to the wrong people. I feel like a lot of people that are very quiet are the ones that you have to worry about, or people that are eccentric. The more eccentric a person is, the more they have time to do to other people. So, like witchery and other things. So I feel like you might have dealt with somebody like that. I know a lot of people that are witches, so hopefully you didn't deal with one, because you're not getting out of that one unscathed if you said something about them that you didn't intend on them hearing, you know. But anyway, that's your problem, not mine. Number 5, we have a lesson that you learned this week. We have the Magician. Okay, so there's a mastery here. Mastery to join heaven and earth. A channeled of ideas that are above and down below. So to balance the conscious and unconscious, a person of skillful actions to connect with the divine, with the reality, spiritual perfection, divine love, and creative force, strength of the intuitive. So this could be you or somebody else. I feel like this is somebody else because most Tauruses I know are more logical or analogical. They analyze things. So it's very rare that I actually come in contact with somebody who's a Taurus and that can spiritually read people. Okay, so I think this might be somebody else. I feel like you might be in third person perspective, but I feel like this might be somebody else that you're dealing with. So number 6, we have gift. Gift is going to be the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is being patient, waiting for the right moment, a neutral approach. So there's patience here. I feel like Tauruses aren't the most patient either. But I feel like you're going to wait until you feel like the time is right to take action. But I don't I don't feel like that time will come at the right time or when you expect it. So, you know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, we have criticism about love or ever having it, making a bad decision, being stabbed in the back, a toxic tongue, being nasty to somebody who didn't deserve it, a warning or a theft or a loss of valuables, money, or jewelry that you didn't think would happen. Making a bad decision, self-delusion that thinks that winnings will be available to pay off all debts and losses. Working with tools. So again, like I said, you might be dealing with people that you didn't think you'd deal with. Dealing with situation that you didn't think that you'd be dealing with. So, like I said, be careful if you have a hunch or you feel like it's a bad idea. You might not want to do it. You know, listen to your gut. Usually it's right. Anyway, we have what you bring forward. We have illusion, wisdom, knowledge, passion of visual consumer. See, spiritual inner awakening, a beautiful event after a negative event, seeing beauty, hope, and realigning chakras, which may take a while after being robbed, which is a very traumatic experience for a lot of people. So what you need to know is that there is a spiritual inner awakening that needs to happen. Also, there's loyal, unconditional love, security, companionship, truthful, a childish reaction to either a pregnancy, child, newborn, acting like a baby when bad things happen, innocence, new project, moving, change, a road trip, one's point to another, transportation, new beginnings. So you might be moving from one situation to another situation. So you might be moving houses and then like you move to a new city and something happens. But I feel like that happens when you move to a new area anyway, usually the unexpected, because you don't really know what to look for or what to be self-aware of. So, might be a bit of a problem. So we have what will affect your future. We have good luck and wish fulfillment, human spirituality, life, truth, shining a light into the darkness of a situation. So there's going to be a lot of different things about your life. Okay, it could be good or bad. Maybe it's good most of the time and it's bad most of the time. Maybe there's a lot of other things that have been accumulating that are kind of coming to the surface, okay, and you might have to address those. But I do feel like you might have a lot of losses at the moment, and you might actually have to address those, or you might actually have to come to terms with that. And it might be very hard for you, and most things are, in those cases. You're going to have to address those. For the rest of you, I feel like it's kind of in between good and bad. I feel like this is an everyday thing. And you might just be getting back to routine things. And it might be a little bit of a shock to the system where it goes from one extreme to the next. Okay, so just be careful, Try not to be too, scared of occurrences. I feel like things happen and things happen for a reason. It's either for the best situation or for you to actually clarify yourself. Okay, and by what I mean by that is to actually look into everything that's happened and see why exactly certain things happen in your life that may have gone without warning or may have come up without a say. Meaning that you really didn't have a decision. You had to do certain things in order to make other things happen in your life and stuff like that. Could be good or bad situations because, there's a makeup of different things in the universe. And people are, part of a differentiation of good and bad that equal out to their personality, perceptions, and belief systems. So, everything's going to happen to you in due time. It might happen all of a sudden. It might happen days from now, or it might happen all in one day, which, to be honest, it's like tearing off a Band-Aid. But everything will happen to you in due time. It's just a matter of, looking at it through a perspective of, yeah, that was going to happen anyway, instead of this happened to me because whatever. Everything's going to happen to you. It's just what timing and what actually accumulated for that to happen. Okay? Anyway, Taurus, hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. And make sure you're right about the assumption on something at first glance. Okay? And be careful out there, alright? Anyway, later.